Hi, this is Dr. Chris Brady. Welcome to the first video. Now, if you're wondering how we're going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be, let me share with you that it's all about a process that we developed called the Smart Growth Practice Process. Now, this process will really help you understand in a systematic and very specific way to think about your practice. First and foremost, one of the things that we see all over the country working with clients is they don't have any process or up-to-date systems to create a successful forum to diagnose and present dentistry in such a way to ultimately convert them into patients who elect to go ahead with ideal dentistry. Part of the challenge is that they don't even understand where to start for their type of practice. So here's a question for you. Do you know exactly and specifically who your ideal patient is and how to enroll them in ideal dentistry? The patient that will elect treatment right now? Or in the next 30 or 60 or 90 days? Do you know how to go about making a decision to want to accept that ideal treatment? Are they walking out without choosing the kind of dentistry they really need? Every single patient has a decision-making process that they go through, and you have to insert your message in front of them in a way that they want to have it inserted. One of the biggest challenges is that there are so many out-of-date messages that your patients are hearing that they end up being confused and disappointed. So you've got to create a highly compelling, non-confusing message that touches them on an emotional level and not on a logical level. People make decisions to engage based on an emotion, and then they buy logically. So part of the Smart Practice Growth process is really about helping you understand who your ideal patient is, how they make decisions to go ahead and accept treatment, and what steps you should take in achieving success. The other thing that is absolutely critical for you to understand is that you have to create a process that is so compelling that you actually stop them dead in their tracks. Old school presentation methods simply no longer work, and overloading your patients with knowledge and information about their condition that requires treatment will send your patients running for the door. Allowing a patient to decide that ideal treatment is what they want is a much better alternative. What stops them dead in their tracks is when they recognize that this is what they wanted all along, and you have just provided them with a way to have it. Let me give you an example. Recently, one of our personal coaches visited an office in Oklahoma. She spoke to the team about selling dentistry, and they immediately saw that what she was telling them was new and unconventional, but it all made sense. Demonstrating this new process on a real patient in 23 short minutes, she closed a $12,000 case. And when the young man said, "This is what I want," his mother went to the bank to withdraw the money to pay for it. 12 grand, not bad for 30 minutes of work. The doctor shook his head. He had tried to sell this young man a smaller amount, $2,000 to $4,000 previously, but the young man said, "I'll think about it." The front desk person told the personal coach not to waste their time presenting this case because they had no money. Here's how the doctor explained it in his own words after seeing this. "I stood there with my mouth open as I watched her sell this large case with just a couple of questions. I thought, he'll never buy anything. Boy, was I wrong. And in 2 months, my practice has doubled." Everyone says, "Wow, that makes it look easy." It may not be exactly your style, but it stopped this patient dead in his tracks. Once you understand who your ideal patient is specifically, that's when you can start to craft a conversation that will allow your patient to make favorable decisions. That is the difference between traditional case presentation and the conversation that's required today. Today's conversation is all about finding somebody's pain, somebody's irritation, and somebody's frustration. Why? Because 90% of buyers, listen to me, 90% of buyers move away from what they don't want. So we move away from the things that are irritating us. We move away from the things that are painful to us. We move away from anything that we don't like or that we are comfortable around. So we move that way 90% of the time, and we only move towards what we want 10% of the time. So when you're presenting your case, it's critical for you to identify the things that your proposal eliminates out of that patient's life. What kind of pain do you remove? What kind of fear do you eliminate? What kind of embarrassment are you able to help somebody with? If you steer your conversation in that direction first and then give them a solution towards what you want them to do, that your treatment will help them overcome a fear, an anxiety, a doubt about their appearance or functionality, that's when you start to pay attention to the way the brain works, because we know that the brain looks for in the physical world things that could potentially harm us and things that could potentially save us. So what you want to do is not work as hard as you are working right now, trying to create messages that are everything to everybody. You have to get into what we call the neuro-selling ways of today. We now know how people make decisions to buy, what triggers them to make a decision to get engaged with you, what triggers actually help them buy from you. Today, most dentists are overstressed, overwhelmed. They're working way too hard, spending way too much money trying to market to everybody where they should be focused on talking with fewer people, really target those people specifically with their effective language and communication, and the strategies that will help you get through all the clutter and really get to the bottom line with your qualified patients who are looking for your excellent dentistry. So again, a little recap. Ideal patient appointment. We'll show you how to do that in the next video. The decision-making process, which is the video after that, and then creating compelling messages that will speak directly to that individual. That patient will be worth more to you short term. It'll also be incredible for you long term based on something we call lifetime value of that patient. When you have the right systems, guess what you can do? You can actually go after fewer new patients, but you can increase your profits and revenues because they elect more treatment. They refer more people to you and they last longer, meaning they stay with your practice a lot longer. That is one process. Then when you understand that, you have to really integrate all of your sales and communication efforts. So it's an integrated sales and systems approach, and we'll help you do that in some of the latter videos. But right now, what you want to do is stop being overwhelmed, stop being stressed, and learn the smart growth process for growing your practice.
Hi, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. These videos are meant to inspire you to look at your practice through new glasses, to see what's possible. They're not designed to be an end-all. There's just too much to learn, and that's why we have put together a weekly video featuring me, Dr. Chris, and our Master Coach, Amy. The title is Ask Dr. Chris and Ask Amy. Pretty original. Each week we send one of these videos out to all of our Brady Group members. The objective of the videos is to answer your questions and address what ails you. A variety of topics teaching how to make your practice more profitable, less stressful, and provide overall happiness in the life of both you and the team. Amy has a wealth of experience and will provide in-depth training to you and the team. Interested? Register here on our site. I'm so sure that you'll love the Ask Dr. Chris and Ask Amy videos that I'm willing to let you have the entire thing for only $1. That's right, try before you buy. You'll be amazed at how helpful these videos are. We've sent out hundreds of them and the response has been simply amazing. Plus, there are several bonuses that you'll receive and also a huge savings for our upcoming Mission Possible Super Conference. Well, I guarantee that you'll love them. Register now. Heck, it's only $1.